All
Dang
right.
it.
Back Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. Well, last week we had some rather unfortunate park. You are now seaworthy once again on the outside of what is Indigo Island. I'm going to give you a description of what you see. So, your ship glides through clear blue waters towards a rocky and verdant shore. A crescent archipelago to the south creates a lagoon between the sea and the main island. Through the clear green water of the lagoon, you see jagged rocks and coral reefs that must be carefully avoided, which you didn't. And fishing boats dot the coastline of the island, each dragging several large nets. So, here.
Captain
go
Zamek,
ashore,
get us
Captain.
closer.
Yeah, we're
Captain.
too far out.
I don't know. I think I'm being challenged on my ability to navigate shallow waters here. So,
Odnos think you need help.
Just out of curiosity, has he been gaining experience as a captain that maybe he's kind of maybe starting to become proficient in this, considering we sail for days and days and days each time?
I think yes. Consider yourself proficient in sea vehicles. So, in other words, next time you make a survival check to park the boat, you can add your proficiency onto it.
okay.
Sweet.
Something.
Guidance.
Like it.
Okay. So,
Odnos still won't help.
Captain Zamek, good at job.
Odnos, come on, man. Cut me some slack.
Odnos thinks you're a bad driver.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Well, we know why the rum's gone.
What was that, Jimmy?
We know why the rum's gone.
All right. So we navigate, or sorry, we surveyed the opportunities. There's not any docks per se, but we can see generally good spots to get close.
You do see good spots. There's no docks, but there are several fishing boats, like fishing boats the size that you wouldn't require a dock. You could just park it at the beach and drag it on up. But no docks.
You're cutting out, Malcolm.
Am I better? Am I here? Can you hear me? No.
I missed most of what you said.
You're coming
Yeah,
in
we
better
missed
now.
most of what you said.
Heard the no.
You should be good now.
How's that? Can you hear me?
That sounds good.
Yes,
That
yes,
sounds
yes.
good.
Okay, let me know if I cut out again. So I was saying no docks, but you see lots of fishing boats with nets. But they're the fishing boats of the size that you wouldn't require a dock, like you can just drag it up the beach, that sort of size.
If we're trying to get to this spot, perhaps maybe setting up somewhere near here and taking the dinghies in, because we'll have to go around these mountains to get into this valley. I'd rather go around the mountains than up and over.
Testicles, that seems so logical. I really like your idea. You can see the sheer cliffs kind of facing the south here, so going around to where it's shallower but being closer to where our target is. I like it. I think Zamek's going to look for somewhere in that area there that Testicles was just kind of eyeballing and try to steer us into a place closer to the shore, and then we'll take the dinghies in.
Sure. Survival plus a D4 plus your proficiency. See if you can find
And Malcolm, while he's flying around the ship, I'm going to keep looking the water, looking for those monsters that came out, or those sea creatures.
Oh, we were helping you.
Oh my gosh. This is terrible.
Odnos still think you're a horrible driver.
I am. Where do I find my proficiency on the character sheet?
Top right should be right next to your charisma.
+3. That's terrible. I cannot believe it. That's 11.
Got a 2 and a 1 on all the dice. That's great. Well, fortunately, you don't you don't beach the ship, at least this time. That is a progress of sorts. It takes you maybe a couple of hours to find just the right spot as you yell out instructions to your oarsmen and they kind of follow you exactly. But eventually you park the boat around about here. It takes you a good couple of hours to do it though.
I look over at Odnos and I go, see? I we
Oh
got
no,
her
I think you
safely.
took too long.
No
And
sign.
Morpheus is just mesmerized because he thinks Captain Zamek's the best.
Oh no, I think we should be there.
All right. I think I really like Morpheus a lot. He makes me feel really good inside. That's great.
And
So-
Morpheus often will tell people, he's doing it, like when you do like maneuvers. So
all right, so we are anchored, and
Yep.
we're going to get on our dinghies then, and make our way to shore.
Yeah, easy enough to make your way to shore. Just give me your thing on here. It's got your boat nice and parked. Just get a marker to show exactly where you guys are. All right, so you get off the boat right about there. What do you do?
Is there a discernible path for us?
Most of the area is heavily forested. Yeah, that's about all to say. It's very, very thick. You hear lots of birds chirping and stuff. But yeah, very dense forest.
Anyone good at traveling through forests?
I am.
I can fly.
All right.
So forest.
Oh no, don't believe it. Oh no, see what you do with boat and water.
Odnos, I think you're spot on, but in theory, I'm a natural explorer, and forest is one of my can't remember what they call it, but I'll say one of the terrains I'm proficient with. So we'll see what that means.
and Morpheus will say, everyone have bad day, or Nos, it's okay. Captain Zamek is amazing. He has amazing times. You haven't seen it all. He's amazing. Bad days
Oh
happen.
no, witness Zamek have multiple bad days.
In
In concession.
He's still getting his sea legs back from when he was sick. It's okay. It's okay.
See, there's always stuff. It's okay with us. Your standards too high. How big a boat you fly? You drive.
Oh no, drive boat very well.
How big boat? Small boat, big boat.
I don't care what boat.
It's different. So you don't know. Oh no. You can't drive boat. Only Zamek.
All right, you two. All right, you
Oh,
two. Come
well,
on.
that's okay. Zamek can't drive boat either.
I appreciate your criticism and your praise, but we have task at hand here. So let's try to find our way and navigate toward our destination.
The Odnas, that's why he captain. Let's go, Captain. He's smart, you know.
So sorry, with all the praise and criticism and stuff, did I see a trail? Did I see something that was like, oh, this looks like this would be a good way for us to kind of nope. Okay.
Oh no, what actually makes me another so what does your natural explorer
Guidance.
do? We make it
I'm sorry.
proficiency bonus or your expert. Okay, yeah, make a survival check.
Survival.
I will say +6 on this. Oh, yeah, you do find a trails. They're more like they're not like proper trails, more like a pass, more like common animal areas, not very sparse trails, but you do find them.
Okay. Okay. An animal trail or whatever.
Yeah.
So okay. All right. Well, more than likely, so I share with the group. I'm like, this is probably animals are going to follow a very generally a safe path. So let's head in the direction of the path.
Quick question, Malcolm. We saw fishing boats and stuff. Do we see where they were docking, coming in and out of, or maybe they weren't? I don't know.
I don't see any boats dock. Not in this lagoon, not in this bay anyway.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the path goes west and east, like, up this way or through this way. Which way do you want to go?
So it looks like we generally want to go east, so let's try the east direction of this path.
Okay, so going east, it is difficult. You're more like mostly bushwhacking your way through there, cutting through the forest, trying to find ways. Zamek, though, you've done this type of thing before. You lead them quite well. You get up into this valley and heading north, I'm assuming, heading north.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you start heading north. Once again, it's very difficult. It takes you a good 4 or 5 hours to get up through here. And when you get close, when you're about to break through the forest and start bushwhacking, let's see. It's definitely not Morpheus.
Malcolm, not that it matters, but I just wanted to highlight with my ability here, my feat. Difficult terrain does not slow my group's travel.
It doesn't take you that as long as I said. You get there about midday. There we go. And I'll say Odinos with
And
his
that's
passive.
important because I know Odinos is going to like complain about how long it takes me to navigate the group. But I wanna, like, dude, we made record
the whole entire time, Odonos is like complaining.
And Morpheus is
Odonos do
with
this
you.
better.
And I saw someone measuring the
That,
maps.
that
I
way
don't
not
know-
smell right.
I don't know why, but the map scales on this are just all off. Like plainly, this island isn't 90 feet across. So just take it with a grain of salt when you measure the map. Yeah. So you're complaining the whole way, Odinos?
Yes.
Okay.
Odonos could do better. No, that way don't smell right.
You do actually notice Odinos, no one else does. I'll give it to Odinos, even though Felixio's. Oh no, you've got pretty rapid passive perception. Oh, that's nice. Odinos, you spot someone kind of crouching down in the foothills. It looks like a very tall human, a male. He's covered in swirling blue tattoos, and he's kind of crouching down, and he's observing you, not particularly hiding, but not especially making himself known as well. You're the only one who spots him, Odinos.
Odonos also think we being watched. Zamet led us into ambush. See? And Odonos points directly over to where he sees the guy crouching down. Odonos says, Odonos see you.
I see you too.
Come out.
And he stands up, and he's a massive human, like maybe 7 foot tall, big broad chest, just wearing the bare essentials for modesty, and as I said, big swirling blue tattoos all over him. You're not from here, are you?
Odonos looks around. No.
Where are you from?
Odonos stops and thinks. Odonos from island of my own tribe.
Your tribes. Do they sail the seas often?
Odonos doesn't sell too often. Obviously, Mr. Zamek over here doesn't sell often enough either.
These are pathetic sailors. We're the greatest sailors in all of Thylia. And we know how to sail boats. You are next to a mountain range and a hike right through the
Mouse agreed.
mountains Well, there's a damn
Especially if
good
you're going
docking
against
point
Zamek.
over here. What type of foolish sailors are you?
And Onas just like glares at Zamek. Like, really? Really?
You are pathetic, all of you. I suggest you get off my island. And then he dances back into the mountains. Well, it doesn't dance. Do, 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 do. He disappears off up into the mountains.
See, Onas told you didn't know how to sail boat. Even stranger noticed.
I got thick skin. It's fine. We're all alive. No one's been harmed yet.
Keyword.
So what kind of a creature was that?
Male
Fellow?
human. Quite tall, like 7 foot.
Large.
But yeah, very big male human.
So Odnos, did you gather any insight from this fellow? So clearly I'm not providing the insight and guiding us quite where we want to go. Did he share with you anything that might tip us in one direction or another?
He mentioned something about Doc. A ways away. Stay his island. And I would imagine if we were to follow the direction that he went in, we'd probably find where he lived.
All right. Is that in the direction that we were? Did he go in the direction that we were traveling to? Or
He
I was
disappeared
about to
off
say,
in
do
this
I need to
direction.
roll something?
No, he disappeared sort of to the north. He said, if you're going to park a boat, you might as well park it over here where it's quite easy. Looked down on about this rather odd parking position. He said this would be a much easier place to park, but he did disappear north this way.
Odnos, it's very interesting that we saw all those fishing boats in the bay where we did decide, and I don't know the area that he's talking about, but Jeff's looking at it going, it's not a bay. It doesn't seem like it would really protect our ship from ocean-going waters. So interesting. Well, I think we should press on. If he's not going in the direction that we wanted to go, I think that we continue in the path that we're going.
Okay, so we head more a westerly direction, coming out into more open plains, like this area is not nearly as forested as the other places. And off in a distance, say Zamek spots it first this time. You see, you're not sure whether they see you or not as you're kind of coming out of the forest and they're still on the plains. But you see 6 short, tattooed humanoids. And just at a glance from behind the trees, you can see they're once again have these blue swirling tattoos. Some of them more tattooed than others, but they're short and they're heading in your direction. And yet carrying weapons though they are not drawn.
I'm sorry. How many did you say there were?
6.
Okay. So I see them first. I'm pointing them out to the group. I'm like, it doesn't look like they're drawing their weapons. So I don't know that they mean ill intentions toward us. Should we
Do we
wait
know
here for
where-
them
do
to
we know
get
what we're
to
looking
us?
for?
Sorry, Elvis, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, do we know what we're looking for that might help us before we talk to these folks? Does anyone know?
Yeah.
So you're
What
exploring
was
the
our
island,
reason
or
for
just-
coming to this island?
I mean, we're obviously checking out all the islands, but I didn't know if there was anyone that specifically had any reason to be here.
Odnos has no idea. Zamek said, "Get off boat."
Okay. Well, I guess we're here, and we'll explore, and maybe there will be a purpose that will be revealed to us.
Elris, you speak good words. I think that's what we have been doing, checking out these islands to see if they will have something that will help us. Do we want to wait for them, or do we want to continue to advance and kind of meet them? We're at the edge of the forest. They're in the grasslands.
That's correct, but they're heading towards.
Okay.
So, does it look obvious that they see us?
The more you
We're not
talk, the
trying to
more
hide.
the more you delay, the more obvious you're going to become. Because the more you're talking, they keep on approaching.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think we should stay at the edge of the forest.
And try to hide, or are we going to try to just show our presence and show that we mean no harm to them?
I think the latter.
Yes, I agree.
Sorry, which was the letter? To
We're gonna wait, but we're not hiding from them. We're going to speak to them when they get to us and share with them that we don't mean them
Yeah, I'm
any
gonna
harm.
hold up my hand like we mean them no harm.
okay.
I'm assuming that the forest is providing some level of cover for us. In other
Yes.
words, right? So
Yes, but eventually they get so close that they do notice you. And Alaris, you're holding up a hand to say that you mean no harm. And but they look at each other, and then the leader of the troop raises his hands, and you can see that they're gnomes. They are gnomes, bare-chested. They look strong for gnomes. You know, those little wiry garden gnomes rubbish. They're quite built. Their tiny faces kind of contort themselves to show that they mean menace, though their weapons remain sheathed. And they look at each other, and then what is presumably the leader, a middle-aged gnome, approach you with a confident stride. And she wears an ornate headdress that nearly swallows her features. And she says, "I, Chief Loopy Whoopy of the great tribe of the eel, wish to welcome you to Indigo Island. Do you outsiders care to prove your might against my people's greatest warriors? Test your mettle. We will require no bloodshed." And they use the flat of your blade. Prove yourselves worthy. And they're waiting for you on the outside of in the open plains.
Odnos.
Odnos,
Yeah.
like this idea. Odnos. Yes. And he starts going out there and starts striding out there.
Felixia will cut off the arrowhead so the arrows are blunt, and then fly up 20 feet and be right beside Odinos.
And Chief Loopy Whoopy starts swirling her sword around. This is a battle of muscle, steel, and cunning. Do not sully our fields with your magic. This is a battle of steel versus muscle. And you can take that how you will.
I'm game for battle.
Okay, so here are the six. Feel free to reposition yourself. I think Odinoz, you're probably out the front.
Oh yeah, Odnos is
Felix-
right in the center of them.
Felixia, you're 20 feet in the air. So feel free to reposition yourself. Something's screwing with. Is any sound coming through the Kinku thing?
I don't
No,
get
I'm
any.
not seeing any. I'm not hearing any Kinku.
Hmm. Let me just make one check. Actually, while we're doing this, while I'm doing this, why don't you roll for initiative?
All right.
Huh. Boop. I think he's screwy with my sound system. Maybe. But no. Problem for another day. Okay. Let's roll in these guys. And they very specifically mentioned, this is not a fight to the death. Do not sully their battlefields with your weapons. And Odin Oz, as you rush forward, you get the jump on everybody. What do you do? What did we? Oh no, we lost somebody, didn't we? Who did we lose? Ah, Kinku. Ah, that's who we lost. Josh, what would you like to do? I'm glad she can hear me, but that's half of the problem. Uh, hmm. Check. Test. Test. Check. Check. Damn it. Check. Fuck. Check. That's better. Hello. That better? Oh, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, we're back. Yeah, it's a big time commitment though. It's like 6 seasons or something. It's 7. Mm. Uh, just are the Clone Wars good though? You Star Wars geeks out there, is it worth watching the cartoon thing? Hmm. Hmm. Weird. Okay. Hmm. Ooh, sound. Yes. All right, smash them like you're Anakin with sand in your crotch. Do it. Oh, sorry, that's not the rage button. This is the rage button. And non-lethally Odinose? Technically, yes. Rules is written. But, yep, you can do non-lethal. The only way you can really do non-lethal is melee attacks. Like magic is necessarily non-lethal, and even ranged like bows and stuff are non-lethal. Are lethal weapons. You can't turn that on and off. It's only melee weapons that you can be non-lethal with. So, yes, you can. To answer your question, yes, you can reckless and do non-lethal damage. Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. 24 hits. Oh, 19. 19 still hits. 20 with the rage. Yep, got it. Okay, great. Excellent. Oops. That will be a 12. 12, you hit the Gnome parries it effortlessly. Is that the best you've got? You're all rage and no panache. Bring it on. Okay. This little man does indeed bring it on. His buddy comes to the other side of you. And they're wielding like a sword in one hand and a dagger in the other hand. So first of all, he takes a swing at you with his sword and rolls a natural 20. Take that's a terrible roll. Take 10 points of damage, reduced to 5 because you're raging. But there's a beautiful quick. Everybody cheers as he hacks into you. Then he swings his sword at you again and rolls a 24 at advantage because you raged. That's another 7 points of slashing damage, reduced to 3. And then he kind of flips his sword around, brings up his dagger and tries to plunge it. Well, it tries to use a flat to bruise you. Shouldn't have described this too in detail. And then 23 will hit again for 6 points of piercing damage, reduced to 3. It says, these people aren't worthy at all. Let's try someone else. And he comes and does a few back rolls and comes over to Testicles and says, let's see what you got. I like it that you don't wear much armor. Feel the flat of my blade. Whoosh. And against you, Testicles, he rolls a 14. Swings again, rolls a 16. What's your armor class? 20. So he misses twice, more dodging out the way than deflecting it. Then he tries to whack you across the side of the head with a blunt edge of his dagger and rolls a 22, finally. Take 5 points of damage. Okay, Alaris. Let's see what you've got. 18. Yep, that hits. Parries it effortlessly. Well, actually, no, normally you look as if it's about to hit, but the creature uses his reaction, which is called parry, and it's 2 to its armor class. So he uses special ability to parry that aside. So that one misses. Once again, you lead with your eyes. I saw what you were doing before you knew you were doing it. And this guy jumps around over to this side of you and will start attacking you. Let's see how your defense is. Rolls a dirty 20. 21. Well parried, friend. Swings again, rolls a 15. Then gets the hilt of his dagger and tries to whack you across the side of the head. Rolls a 24. Finally gets a glancing blow at you for 4 points of damage. And this one. He dares you. Let's see you have any honor. And he goes past you. Do an attack of opportunity. Okay. So he charges over towards you, Zamek. Brings out his longsword. 21. Does that hit Zamek? Swings again with a scimitar. Scimitar, longsword. And that one misses. And then finally with a dagger. So only the first one hits with the scimitar as he punches you in the chest with it. 8 points of slashing damage. And the other 2 attacks miss. Zamek. Sure. So I'll assume non-lethally. Okay. Once again, it looks as if it's going to hit, but he turns your blade's momentum against it, and this guy uses his reaction. That's a miss. Ah, that one hits. Okay, so use a parry against him to get a nice blow on him. Nice, Zamek. The Dread Ambusher. Ooh, okay. You do. You do. That one just misses. Yeah, it doesn't parry it, but it's just, you're almost as fast with that blade as we are. And Thelixio. Yep, Thelixio hovering up in the air. What do you do? Tell you what, you can, but you'll be at disadvantage as you throw off the weight of your arrows. And do you want to, how many arrows are you willing to destroy to do this? To make them all non-lethal? One non-lethal? Explain to me what you're doing. Okay. Very good. Okay, prying support from ahead, from overhead. Okay. Skies dashes past you, Testicles, to go for Morpheus. Says, let's see if you have honor. Will you strike a man from behind? Testicles, take of opportunity if you want it. Sure. Okay, roll to hit. Well, even with your spear of fire, he does a mini somersault over top of it, avoiding your attack. Ha! There is no honor. Satyr, are you ready? As he swings his sword around you, defend yourself. He swings his scimitar, and a 23 Morpheus for 9 points of slashing damage. Nine slashing. Would you like another? Here's another one. What was it? 21. 4 points of slashing damage. And then he follows up with a dagger hilt to the temple, rolling a 24. So another 4 points of slashing damage. And just one thing, if you wouldn't mind, guys, you know how we've got all these armor classes and passive perceptions at the bottom? Can you just make sure that your armor class matches what your armor class actually is now, so I can tell it at a glance? I think some of them are not quite right. So if you can do that, that would be great. Akima. So not technically the help action, just screaming? Or was that a help action? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So this guy is attacking the invisible Odinoz, this one to the north of Odinoz, but he raged, so these are going to be straight attacks against the invisible Odinoz. So first hit, 15, you dodge out of the way easily enough, Odinoz, with your AC of 18. Then a 13 and a 10. So they're swiping wildly at you and can't get a grip on you because you're invisible. That is not fighting fair. There is trickery afoot. Testicles. That's up for you to decide. Yeah. Spare yourself. So, yeah. Okay. Kind of makes sense, I guess, if you're raging as well. Okay, Testicles. Oh, 16. It looked like it was about to hit, but he parries it at the last second using his reaction. So 16 misses. And strangely, this time 16 hits because he can't use his reaction again. So that one hits for 11 points of damage as you clock him with your spear. Nice. And flurry of blows. The first one hits as you roundhouse him or punch him in the face. He says, "Aha! I like your tactics. Cunning, smart. You are a fine warrior." You good, Testicles? Oh. Okay, perfect. Morpheus, this guy kind of got a few good shots on you. What do you do? Mm-hmm. 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 They want a battle of muscle and steel was the phrasing they used. Sure. Okay, the guy leans down. What doesn't actually lean down? He just reaches across, pats you on your shoulder. I respect your decision. If this is not your forte, then so be it. And he turns his attention to someone else as Morpheus crouches on the... Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, Odonos. Okay. Okay. Still at advantage. Oh, yeah, that's a hit. Yeah. Yeah, if it's a dice roll, you do double it. 22, 32, 34 from you, I think. And so what was the total that dropped out of my head? 41 against... Which one? Guy to the left. Okay, an absolutely mighty blow
Natural
with a natural
20.
20. Just whack him really hard and he recoils back, momentarily stunned. That's quite the blow, Leonin. And I can see you now. I'll parry this one much better. Oh, he's frightened. No wisdom saving throw? Just plain old frightened? Okay, so he's not quite so full of bravado. Oh, my goodness! Ah! His friends probably get lip from his friends later on, but yeah. Yep. Oh, almost fluffed your lines. Yeah, that hits again. $24 non-lethal damage. Boop. He goes prone and unconscious. He is out. Sure. Sure. I think it technically says when you reduce a technically it says when you reduce a creature to 0 hit points, which is usually dead, so yes you can. So that's a 19 hit. 19 hits. Odinaz is taking 28. Right, we have a great warrior amongst our midst. Get him! This guy, I don't know, he wasn't supposed to be prone, but he does look at you. And he's... Oh no, this guy's... No, he's prone because he's unconscious. He's not doing anything. Yeah, okay. What? It's this guy here on Testicles. Right. Game on, friend. And Testicles AC 20. The first strike. Boom. Misses with a 12. Second one hits with a 24. Testicles. Take 5 points of slashing damage. As the dagger then follows up with a clonk to the side of the head. And that one misses. So the net effect, one hits you for 5 points of slashing damage. Oh, stay still so I can hit you. Alorus. That hits. Got it. Okay, make me a persuasion check, Alorus. Chief Loopy Whoopy looks around and sees Odinaz just taking care of business to the north. And she holds up her sword and says, "Okay, comrades, stay your weapons. They've proven themselves more than worthy in combat." And you see all the gnomes, except for this one who's already dropped his weapon, lower their weapons. Um, yeah, let's bring it on. And he's going to take, so we'll do Odinaz versus this guy. I think I know how it's going to go. But attacks you at advantage with, so your armor class is 18. At advantage with his first one, it misses. Second one, it misses. With a dagger, finally, it's with 5 points of piercing damage, reduced to 2 because you're raging. Are people just watching this duel or anybody else doing anything? Okay. This one's personal. Odinaz. Cool. And while they're duking it out, the gnome next to you offers you, like, you know, the bro hand to help you to your feet, Morpheus. That's true. Okay, back to you then, Odinaz. Yep, no great weapon master, of course, but you can absolutely do that. 20 hits, so that's 1 plus your strength and damage, which looks like it's 6. Yeah. Yep, another 6 points of damage as you repeatedly punch this guy in the face. He takes the blows, though, and says, no, that's the way it's going to be. And he dashes forward and tries to grapple you, rolling a 16. You can make an athletics at advantage because you're raging to try and do it, to try and avoid it. Okay. For his second attack, he tries to do the same thing again. This time he rolls a dirty 20. So athletics once again. And third and finally, he's going to try it one more time for 22. And after trying to grapple you, just slip out of his grasp. He takes a knee and says, "You are the superior warrior. I yield." And he goes in for a bro warrior hug. Okay. Well, you've fought with honor, says Chief Loopy Whoopy. I appreciate that none of you resorted to magic. We appreciate that, and Odinaz, you're a fine fighter. Thank you. And Chief Loopy Whoopy comes over and puts some smelling salts under this guy, and he wakes up, and he says, "Oh, well fought, friend," and offers you like the forearm shake where you kind of go like this. Sure. It's okay. I understand. It's all part of the combat. I fell today, but I did not die. I'll rise better warrior tomorrow. I thank you. Thank you, Katy Perry. You are so right. Like, that's Katy Perry. Not up on my pop references. I may be wrong. Should ask my daughter. There we go. All right. So, we're the tribe of the eel. You have bested us in this combat. You've proved to be the Whitey Warriors. I suggest we put on a great feast in your honor. You are most welcome to join us. Sure. Let's walk and talk. Well, this tribe of ours is split up into many tribes. There's a tribe of the shark, tribe of the dolphin, tribe of the whale, and us. And we have competitions like this every now and then. Everybody's treated with honor, except for the tribe of the shark. They're a bit of a dickhead. Not many people like them, but they do not fight with honor. But my people came here hundreds of years ago. We fought in the First Great War. Fighting firstly for Thalia, then against the Dragon Lords. We defended the lads from these interlopers. Have you heard of the Dragon Lords? What is your opinion of them? Keep in mind, we see them little more than conquerors. They came to our land and took it over. Well, I thought you were honorable. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Chief Loopy Whoopy approaches Testicles first and says, "You're trying to fix the mistakes that they did? What will you do differently?" What will success look like to you? Testicles, do you share your mighty warrior's opinion? Our first allegiance is to Thylia, both the land and the goddess herself. She is wise. Do you know what these Lutheria plans to do? What is her plan? It's a fair summary, Odinoz, and you would know that, as would Testicles, of course. So, Testicles, what does this Lutheria plan to do? Well, we did fight beside Lutheria and Sidon in the first war, but if what you say is true, then we cannot abide for it. As I said, our first loyalty is to Thylia. In fact, at the end of the World War, we had enough of this fighting. We had enough of this madness, which is why we came here to Indigo Island to train and strengthen our bodies. And we've been here nigh on 500 years now, generations upon generations. So this is where we are now. We survive by fishing, and it is not too modest a tale to say we are the greatest shipbuilders and sailors the world have ever seen. In fact, my tribe, we take a special pride and accomplishment that we created possibly the greatest sea vessel of all time, the Ultros. Perhaps you have heard of it. All attention then swings to Zamek. Zamek is BRB. Is he still BRB? Oh, he missed his big moment. Okay, so they claim to be that they said they built the greatest ship of all time, being the Ultros, and they asked if you heard of it. And Thelixio pointed out that not only have you heard of it, but you're the captain of it. And so all the eyes swing to you. You're the captain of the Ultros? We heard some undead madman, one of these despicable Dragon Lords piloted it. What happened? Well, well, ha, come, friend. And they all, Odinose isn't going to like this, but all attention leaves Odinose for his great warrior. And they surround Zamek and say, "All hail, Captain of the Ultros!" And they try and raise you up on their shoulders. Despite their short height, they do. Oh, any person who can captain the Ultros must be a fine captain. You know what we need to do? We need to eat and get as drunk as gnomishly possible. What do you say? Oh, fantastic. And carrying Zamek, like, yeah, it was like C3PO, but having a Star Wars theme tonight. Like, there we go. So in the same way that the Ewoks carried 3PO, Chief. Who did that? Who is sullying the celebrations with magic? You winged creature, you will be last to eat at the feast tonight. And by the time, okay, actually make a persuasion check. You are the captain of the Ultros. Natural 20. All is forgiven. I do not use his magic in the fight. That is fine. And they take you to their campsite. Let me just get everybody on there. Zamek, Morpheus, and Thelixio. And yeah. Nice campsite. Are you guys imbibing in the alcohol? Are you biting in the food? Are you planning to get drunk? What's the plan here? Yeah, looks like locally sourced game and fish. No vegetables to speak of, just lots of protein, I guess. Perception check to make sure it's not an illusion, if it's not some type of hallucination. Sure. Yeah, seems normal. I'll give you an insight check as well. It seemed genuine. I mean, they literally didn't kill you. They fought with honor. They seem like good guys. Okay. Well, was this going to be my next question? Those who imbibe in alcohol enough to get drunk, make me a constitution check. Only those who are participating. Oh, testicles. Maybe in a few more levels, I think monks get immune to. Are you immune to poison yet, testicles? This is technically poison. No, okay. Oh, yeah, you can drink as much as you like and not get drunk. So, there we go. So what did we get? Morpheus is fine. Testicles is obviously fine. Thelixio, are you drinking, Thelixio? You're playing a damn good tune. Okay. Morpheus, are you drinking? Oh, sorry, I missed that. Sorry, my apologies. So I'm going to assume that's all these people. So I thought Jeff or Eric, I still get your voices confused. It's almost like you're related. No, okay. Yeah. No, okay. The fish is delicious, as is the game meat. And it's quite a pleasant night. It moves into the evening, and you see like the full moon hanging in the air, providing a picturesque backdrop from this for the feast. And as Felixio plays on his lute, it's just a really nice night. And the gnomes start dancing around the firelight. It's all quite pleasant. The air is thick with the smell of alcohol, smoked fish, and fresh sweat. And the drink they make for you is a sweet tasting rum. And it's made from sugarcane from the island's interior. And they're very generous. You've earned them some type of respect. And things are going well. You guys know if you want to do anything else? Okay. Now, for no particular reason, I notice you all guys are all clumped up here. So feel free to position yourself where you think you'd be, for no particular reason. Because I assume you're not going to be all hanging out at the bottom there. There we go. Zamek takes up a log. Testicles sits down. Okay. Aerial music. Okay, cool. The festivities. Well, let's do it this way. Just to set the scene a little bit. The festivities are cut short by an most unwelcome guest. Triangular silhouette of a copper dragon glides in front of the full moon and swoops down to attack. Firelight reflects from her glimmering metallic scales, and we'll see. Let's do one of those. I'll say yes. Yes, you may take a short rest. Okay. This dragon is coming in low and hard, just a mere 10 feet off the ground. Yes, copper dragon. Okay. All right. Let me just check some things here. Okay. Chief Loopy Whoopy grabs her sword and says, "Not her again! Defensive positions!" And she readies an action. They don't have any ranged weapons. It's not their way. Her second in command does the thing, gets ready, raises her weapon. 2 arms! Thelixio. Who do you think you are dealing with? I serve Sidon and Thalia. They sent me here to destroy, to eat, to train, to grow bigger for the upcoming war. And that I have done. And you will be my next feast. He does, yeah. No, you would have. Yeah. Since you said Draconic, he would have responded in Draconic. So only those with Draconic would have understood that. It is weird. Okay. It's in that double 12 things again. 15, it just pinks off her natural armor. Okay, yeah, it's okay. Just still hovering 20 feet in the air. Great, Alris, you're up. Great shot. A 19 flicks off her armor. That's a miss. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Never knew that. Good to know. Actually, I forgot one thing, but we'll do it from here. Everybody except Zamek, can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please? Everybody except Zamek. Because Zamek's not afraid of dragons. Odinaz. Nah. Yeah, this is terrifying. Alaris as well. As I said, we'll just do it from here. You're frightened of this dragon. Let's see. The imp is as well. And Morpheus, you're not. Thelixio is. Thelixio. Sure. There we go. So you're 10 at the moment. Nope. This is a fearsome sight. wha- Alvarez is frightened. Yep, with an 18, is still frightened. You may re-roll this at the end of your turn, and I'm to save me rolling lots of wisdom saving throws. I'm going to say half of these gnomes are frightened as well. Zamek. Oh, you need to roll Zamek. Okay, Zamek, yeah, your turn. Ooh. Okay. At advantage, yep. It's a shocking roll at advantage. I'll say your arrow of Dragon Slayer just flies over the dragon and lands somewhere, and you could pick it up and use it again. But probably not this combat though. It was 3. So you can pick it up, not in this combat, but since it didn't detonate, I'll say it's fine. And I believe you got 3 arrows of Dragon Slaying. At advantage. 28 hits. Okay, 10 hit points. Got it. Yeah, I got you. Arrow of. Uh, can't actually find the arrow of Dragon Slaying. It's the special Thylee, I think. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, great, thank you. Uh-huh. The 26. Okay, and a con save by the dragon. Okay. Con save. At disadvantage. He rolls a 25. So he's going to take half of that damage still. So 24, 26, 13 points of damage. Got it? Yep. Yep. 18. Pings off its armor and gone. I'll say 300 feet away. Yeah. So now you have. So you have 2 arrows left. One's been effective, so you still have 2 arrows, but not for this combat for now, at least. Okay, is that your turn, Zamek? You staying where you are? What you doing? Yep. They are huts. Yep. You missed it over here. Okay, great. Okay, the remainder of actually the remainder of the gnomes, they know what to do. They're just going to scatter around as much as they can, and take all readied in action. Odinaz, dragon's about to swoop. What do? You're frightened of it.